I'd like you to take a tour of our hackerspace in a high school. As you can see from the outside, this is a purpose-built hackerspace. We have a fabrication facility, our applications lab, and of course our engineering facility. And this is a over 100 foot long space. Take a walk inside, see some of the cool things we have. On the ceilings, we've given the place a little ambiance. You know, gear heads, gears overhead. Take it as you want. All of our benches, you'll notice, are on wheels, so the shop can be easily repopulated and redesigned and laid out differently. We have rollaways everywhere, and we learned from the old shop that you can't have enough tool storage, you can't have enough tools, and you want your tools where you're working. So we're working everywhere, so we want our tools everywhere. So there's always a rollaway nearby, there's always tools nearby. We have two saw stops in the shop. This is in the metal area of the shop, so we've had to override it so we can cut aluminum. We learned that the hard way. We actually cut a piece of aluminum with it, forgetting to override it, and it works beautifully. This is a great piece of equipment. I'd recommend it to anybody. A little bit of DNA from our old shop. We brought one of our World War II lathes over here, our South Bend precision lathe. There's a lot of memories here in this old lathe. It's done an awful lot of projects through the years. And then over here is Cody's working on a new lathe. And behind Cody and in between the lathes is where we keep our metal machining tools. We keep our bits, all the things that we need to work on the metal tools with. This is our new mini mill. It's definitely the hit of the shop. And it wasn't, as soon as we got it running, it took a while to get up and running, to get the air to it, to get it set up, to have the maintenance guy from the factory, start it up. But as soon as it started up, I said the kids were all over it. And we now have probably 4 or 5 students that can jump on this and start to produce parts, which they've been doing. This is our knee mill, and we have 3-axis digital readout. This is the first time in 20 years that we had a drill press that could actually drill steel. They go slow enough. We had old wood drill presses before. And this is our welding area in here. Right now it's a catch-all, but we have a Miller 350 XL. We have a plasma cutter. We have all the gases that we need, argon, helium, carbon dioxide, and we keep some of our small metal storage parts in here. A new sandblasting cabinet. We're waiting for some media. Maybe we'll start off with walnut shells. Keep a bag of sand over here in the shelves, keep our walnut shells. This is where our electronics happen, our soldering irons, our discrete components, our wire cables, battery storage, battery chargers. Again, very nicely laid out, great lighting. These lights are all the way around. Nice place to work, separate from the rest of the shop. So, we've got a nice area here for sheet metal. We have our shear, our foot shear right over here. This is one of my more favorite pieces of equipment. I've wanted a pan brake for many, many years. This is a 12 gauge modeled after the old Chicago. It's a nice piece of equipment. It's a very robust tool. Over here is a power roller. Has safety wire all the way around it. All you have to do is lean into it in order to stop the machine. Great to have a piece of machinery like this in the shop. A punch press. We have a really nice arbor press. I've been working on this where it makes broaching a lot of fun. Of course, we have a notcher over there. So this is now really the most used tool in the shop, without a doubt. It's the best prototyping tool I've ever found. So this is pretty much what we do wood and plastics in here. It's full ventilation, exterior exhaust. It's a very sophisticated fire resting system, so the wood dust doesn't catch on fire. Again, a lot of tool storage here. Mortising tool, wood lathe, surface sander, shaper, surface cleaner. Notice it's all Powermatic equipment. It's all good industrial equipment. And another saw. You see that the plan we had for the shop was for the sheet material to come in through that door and then come over to our panel saw where it can be cut up into small pieces and brought to the rest of the shop. What that allows us is to put a little higher equipment density in, because we won't be cutting a full panel on that table saw. The full panels will be cut here very neatly, very quickly, very safely. And then we'll distribute the smaller materials out into the rest of the shop. So come on into the design room. 24 computer workstations, all loaded up with AutoCAD, SolidWorks. So the computers are packed full of all the things that we need. in order to accomplish the objectives we have for this group. Benches around the perimeter for the students to work on projects, say small prototyping projects that they do in here. In the back of the room, that's our 3D printer. It's Dimension Elite 2500. We're happy to have that. And if you look through that glass, you can't see it from the glare, but there's another room exactly like this on the other side of that glass. So we've duplicated this room so that we can have a lot of people designing while we have a lot of people in the other room working. This is our teaching head for the Haas, so we keep that in here. We allow people to write programs in text, dump them into that, check them out before we send them into the shop. What are you in the process of doing? Tell us.
We are making a simple pneumatic system to test out this piston to fire the first piece into our robot.
Very cool. Very cool. And one of the things that we're fortunate to have here for everybody is we're able to have storage area for lots and lots of pneumatic stuff so that you're able to do that kind of prototyping. And we have electronics in here, we have bearings, small gears, sprockets, all kinds of really cool prototyping tools that are in these drawers that when somebody has an idea they can kind of hob it together and see if they're going down the right track. We're very, very lucky here that we have a staff of volunteers and assistant people that work with the kids to allow this to happen. My good friend Mr. Partridge, who's been a veteran of 20 years of building in the old shop. And so what do you think, Ron? It's nice house?
Oh, this is like heaven. It's what a change from the past year. We always got it done before, but it's so much better now, and the kids have so much more opportunity to learn.
And I think, Ronnie, don't you agree that that this shop is probably the best representation of the community's buy-in for what these kids have been doing over the years?
Oh, certainly is. Certainly is. You know, there was a time when they talked about getting rid of these shops.
There you go.
And now we have the best facility in the South Shore.
Yep.